Good morning and welcome to Wavra Farms and Nursery. Today we're actually standing inside the greenhouse and I wanted to do a quick video on our begonias. Many of you over the past week have had questions about some of our begonias, so I thought let's just kind of clear up some of the misconceptions about some of our begonias and talk about some easy maintenance issues. So I'm standing here at the wall of begonias. As you can see, there's quite a few different colors, quite a few different flower shapes. So we're gonna kind of focus in right here and talk about one of our most popular. This is a variety that we carry. It is called Solina. Now Solina is a fantastic begonia that we've had for quite a while. And the reason that this one is so fantastic is because it will perform very well in full sun, part shade, or pretty much full shade with just a little bit of filtered light. So it's one of those fantastic finds that if you're not sure which way your house sits, or if part of your house gets more sun, like the front of the porch, and you know that you want consistent flower baskets across the front, these will help you solve that problem. Because your planters in a little more shade can be planted with these. Your planters in the fuller sun, maybe on the left side of your sidewalk, they can all be planted with the same. So that way you have a consistent look through. Now Solinas tend to be upright by about 12 inches, and then they tend to cascade. As you can see, the flowers are in tighter clusters, so you don't just have one big bloom hanging. You have quite a few clustered. They will cover down the side of a basket. They're not going to trail much farther than the bottom of the basket. So they're super easy to mix in with Million Bells, the miniature petunias. They're easy to mix in with Bacopa, the little white lacy flowers, and very easy to use. Now, when you look at a begonia and you're trying to plant that begonia, whichever the way the point of the leaves points is the way the flowers are going to fall. So you do have a front side and a back side to this plant. The back side, you'll notice, no arrows, no leaves pointing down, no flowers. So when you're planting these, you want to make sure that you point the leaves outward to the side of the container where you want them to fall. And that's pretty much true with most begonias. So I'm gonna put Selena down and let's talk about another variety. Another one that many of you are familiar with is the Illumination series. Now Illumination does have bigger flowers and they tend to be on these longer stems, and it's definitely one that looks like pendulums hanging down farther on a basket. It's going to go part shade. This begonia is not going to handle the full sun like our Solinas. And then again, as you can see, not much growth on the back side. So this is going to be the back side of this begonia. The leaves are pointed towards the front, and that's, as you can see, where all the new buds are going to come out. This one here, he's kind of flopped backwards, but usually they hang the way the leaves are pointed at the tips. So this is called Illumination, and this is called Apricot. Very nice, light, lemony yellow color with a little bit of an apricot tinge. It will darken as the bud ages. Another begonia that many of you are popular with and familiar with is our non-stop begonias. Non-stops are what we consider as a mounding begonia. It's not going to trail, perfect in a window box, and this is definitely one that needs more shade. So it will take about 4 hours of sun, but definitely more of a shade plant. Anywhere from 2 to 4 hours of sun is perfect. It does come in a huge selection of colors, but look at the size of those blooms. It is one of our largest flowering begonias. Same thing as we talked about. The leaves are pointed forward. Here's your tips. The flowers are on the underside. So when you're planting these in your container, make sure that the tips are pointed towards the outside of the container. I just can't, focus on that enough. Because here we go, back side of the container. So if I was to plant this and put all of this side out, I'm really not going to get the flower show that is deserving of the container that you choose. Begonias do like to be watered. They like to be able to dry out a little bit. They don't want to sit in water, but they will tend to take a little more water than some of our other plants. Again, super easy to mix this in a mixed container. Very easy to do in a pot all by itself. Something that can easily grace your front door with long-lasting blooms all summer long. Thanks for watching and happy gardening.